She texted, B2W, I'm moving on with Jake, my boss. I replied, congrats. When Jake's wife showed up at their office with security and divorce papers, moving on became a solo journey to unemployment for both of them. I, 31 male, am watching the most spectacular professional and personal implosion happen in real time, and all I did was forward one screenshot to the right person. 3 weeks ago, my girlfriend Veronica, 29F, of 4 years, sent me a text while I was at work. Not a call, not a face-to-face conversation, a text. BW, I've been seeing Jake from work. We're in love. I'm moving on with him. Don't make this harder than it needs to be. I'll get my stuff this weekend. BW, she started with BTW, like she was mentioning she picked up milk from the store. Jake Brennan is her boss at the marketing firm where she works. He's 38, married with 2 kids, and constantly posting family photos on LinkedIn, talking about work-life balance and family values. The same Jake who came to our apartment for dinner 6 months ago with his wife Serena. The same Jake who complimented my pasta sauce and talked about taking a couple's vacation together. My response? Congrats. She immediately started typing. The dots appeared and disappeared multiple times. Finally, that's it? Congrats? Me, what else is there to say? You've made your choice. Good luck. I expected you to fight for us. You just told me you're in love with another man. What's there to fight for? This is why we're not working out. You're emotionally unavailable. I screenshot that entire exchange. Seemed important to document. Then I went back to work. Processed invoices, answered emails, ate my sad desk salad. Normal Thursday stuff. That evening, I did something that would later be called vindictive by Veronica and justified by literally everyone else. I looked up Serena Brennan on LinkedIn. Her profile was impressive. MBA from Wharton, founded the marketing firm Jake worked at, grown it from 3 to 50 employees over 8 years. In the About section she'd written, proud owner of Brennan Marketing Solutions, dedicated to ethical business practices and transparent communication. Jake wasn't the owner. Jake wasn't even a partner. Jake was an employee at his wife's company, hired 5 years ago as creative director. Veronica had always made it sound like Jake built that company from the ground up. I messaged Serena on LinkedIn. Hi, Mrs. Brennan. I think there's something you should know about your husband and my girlfriend. I have screenshots if you need them for any proceedings. She responded within an hour. Please send everything to this email address, and thank you. Update 1. The aftermath was swift and brutal. Serena Brennan doesn't mess around. Monday morning, she walked into her own company with her lawyer and 2 security guards. Jake was in his corner office, the one his wife gave him, having coffee with Veronica, who was supposed to be working on the Peterson campaign. According to my former coworker who still works there, Miles, it went like this. Serena walked in and said, Jake, you're terminated effective immediately for violation of company policy regarding relationships between supervisors and subordinates. Security will escort you out. Your personal items will be mailed to your parents' address. Jake tried to play dumb. Honey, what are you talking about? She dropped a folder on his desk. Divorce papers, and a lawsuit for alienation of affection against your girlfriend here. Oh, and Veronica? You're also terminated for violating company policy. Security. Veronica tried to argue. You can't fire me for dating someone. I can fire you for dating your direct supervisor, lying about it on multiple occasions, and using company resources to conduct your affair. I have records of your company email exchanges, which were quite graphic. Company property, company emails, my decision. Here's where it gets good. Veronica actually said, this is wrongful termination. Jake and I are in love. Serena laughed. Actually laughed. Love? He told me last month he wanted to try for another baby. Was that before or after he was declaring his love to you? Security escorted them both out, separately. Jake tried to take his laptop. Security stopped him. Company property, sir. I have personal files on there. Should have thought of that before using company property for personal affairs. Veronica called me crying that afternoon. How could you do this to me? Do what? Tell the truth. You ruined my life. I lost my job. You ruined your own life. I just informed the interested parties. Jake's wife is suing me. She's crazy. She's protecting her assets. The company is hers. The house is hers. Most of the money is hers. Jake was basically a glorified employee with a fancy title. You knew that? I Googled it. Public information. You should have done your homework before destroying our relationship. She hung up on me. Jake tried calling me too, left a voicemail. You vindictive piece of garbage. You destroyed 2 careers over petty jealousy. I hope you're happy. I texted back, I am actually. Thanks for asking. Update 2. The entitlement escalated to absurd levels. Veronica showed up at my apartment with her mother, Diane. They wanted to talk like adults. I let them in because I was curious where this would go. Diane started, you need to call that woman and tell her you lied. I didn't lie. I sent her screenshots of Veronica's own words. You took them out of context. The context was BW, I'm seeing Jake, we're in love. What context am I missing? Veronica was fake crying, the kind where she checks if you're watching. I'm being sued for $200,000. That's insane. Alienation of affection is a real thing in this state. Maybe Google the laws before sleeping with married men. Diane pulled out the guilt card. How can you do this to someone you claim to love? She literally told me she was in love with another man via text message. The relationship was over. I just made sure the man's wife knew about it. You should have kept quiet like a real man. Diane actually said this. A real man? Your daughter cheated on me with her married boss and I'm supposed to protect her from consequences? Veronica stopped fake crying. It wasn't cheating. I told you about it. After it was already happening. That's still cheating. Then came the kicker. Veronica said, Jake is staying with me now. His wife kicked him out. We need money for a lawyer. You owe me for half the furniture. The audacity. The furniture I paid for? The furniture in the apartment only I'm on the lease for? We live together. It's communal property. We're not married. It's my property. I have receipts. Diane tried another approach. You're ruining Jake's relationship with his children. Jake ruined that himself when he cheated on their mother with a subordinate at their mother's company. They left when I started recording the conversation on my phone, but not before Veronica said, this isn't over. Jake knows people. So does Serena. Way more important people, considering she actually owns things. The next day, someone keyed my car, deep scratch down the entire driver's side, filed a police report, but without proof, nothing happened. I knew it was either Veronica or Jake. The security camera at my building conveniently didn't cover that spot. Then the real entitlement showed. Jake and Veronica started a GoFundMe. Help us fight against corporate oppression and a vindictive ex. They actually wrote that Serena was abusing her power as a CEO to punish them for finding love. They raised $127 before it was taken down for violating terms of service. Miles kept me updated on the industry gossip. Turns out, Jake had been promising Veronica a promotion and raise that he had no authority to give. He'd been telling her he was getting divorced soon for the past 6 months. He'd also been involved with at least 2 other employees over the years, which came out during Serena's investigation. Veronica texted me, Jake's wife is taking everything. The house, the cars, the savings. She's being unreasonable. Me, it's all legally hers. He just had access to it. We're gonna be homeless. You both have degrees and experience. Get jobs. No one will hire us. Serena is blackballing us. Me. Or maybe nobody wants to hire people who got fired for having an affair that destroyed a company's leadership structure? She called me heartless. I reminded her she ended our relationship via a BTW text. Final update. The complete collapse was almost poetic. Serena's lawyer contacted me. She wanted to thank me personally and asked if I'd be willing to provide a deposition about Jake and Veronica's behavior during the time I knew them. I agreed. Why not? It was all true. During the deposition, I learned some interesting facts. Jake had been embezzling small amounts from the company, using the company card for his dates with Veronica. Veronica had been logging hours she didn't work. Approved by Jake, they'd been using the company's client database to try to start their own competing firm. Serena wasn't just divorcing Jake and suing Veronica. She was pressing criminal charges for embezzlement and theft of trade secrets. Veronica called me panicking. You have to help us. Tell them we didn't steal anything. I don't know what you did or didn't steal. That's between you and the investigators. Jake might go to jail. Then he probably shouldn't have embezzled money from his wife's company. It was only like $15,000. Only? That's a felony. She hung up and blocked my number. Then unblocked me an hour later to send a long text about how this was all my fault for being petty and vindictive. Jake, meanwhile, tried a different approach. He showed up at my work. Security stopped him at the front desk. I'd warned them he might come by. He was escorted out while yelling that I'd destroyed his family. His wife destroyed his family when she found out he was a serial cheater and thief, but sure, blame me. The legal proceedings are ongoing, but from what I hear through Miles, it's not looking good for them. Jake's parents mortgaged their house to pay for his lawyer. Veronica's mother is representing her. She's a real estate lawyer, not a criminal defense attorney, but they can't afford anyone else. Last week, I saw on social media that Veronica is working at a call center now. Her LinkedIn still says, marketing professional at Brennan Marketing Solutions, but that's a lie. Jake deleted all his social media after someone created a website called JakeBrennanisacheater.com with all the public court documents. Wasn't me, but whoever did it. Respect. The best part? Serena's company is thriving. She promoted from within, brought in new talent, and landed 3 major clients who specifically said they were impressed by her handling of the situation. She sent me a thank you card with a Starbucks gift card inside. The note said, "Thank you for having the courage to tell the truth. My children and I are better off knowing who Jake really was." Veronica's last text to me before I blocked her was, "I hope you're happy. You got your revenge." Here's the thing. It wasn't revenge. I just told the truth to someone who deserved to know it. Everything that happened after that was consequences for their own actions. They embezzled money. They violated company policy. They destroyed a family. They tried to steal clients. All I did was send one LinkedIn message with some screenshots. My life? It's actually pretty good. I'm still in my apartment. Lease is solely in my name, thankfully. I got a promotion at work. Started dating someone new. Someone who would never start a breakup text with BTW. Someone who actually communicates like an adult. Do I feel bad for Veronica and Jake? No. They made choice after choice after choice, each one more entitled and destructive than the last. They thought they were untouchable because Jake was the boss. Turns out, he was just an employee screwing the actual boss over in every possible way. Some lessons learned. 1. Always know who actually owns the company. 2. Document everything. 3. The truth has a way of coming out. 4. BTW is never an appropriate way to start a breakup text. 5. If you're going to have an affair with your married boss, maybe check if his wife owns the company first. To anyone thinking I went too far, I sent one message with screenshots of what Veronica herself said. Everything else was Jake and Veronica's own choices coming back to haunt them. Play stupid games, win stupid prizes.